Good afternoon. Chris Whelan here from the Center of Business Excellence, Building Better Businesses. We're now to day 5 of the 20-day How to Grow Your Business in a Financial Pinch series. As I've said to you, each day we're putting out a quick video. There'll be a blog associated with it. You can hop onto my website and have a look at that. It's to make sure that you've got the right tools in your armory, that if you face a particular problem, you can address it. Right? And if it's not you and you know someone else in our business community that needs it, share it with them. Make sure that it gets out there, because we don't want to see businesses really battling in situations where they could be doing better. So overall, growing business in a financial pinch. Today's day 5, and I'm going to talk to you about maximizing operational efficiency. Right? That's the purpose, or that's the broad topic of today's video, maximizing operational efficiency. 3 areas I want you to think about. 1, streamlining your processes. How do you do that? Number 2, can you and how do you automate your tasks? And number 3, is there an opportunity in your business to outsource non-core functions? Right, those 3 areas. As with each of these videos in the series, I'm going to give you 5 potential strategies that you can use. Now, bear in mind, of course, one size never fits all, so these need to be adapted and adjusted for your business. You would have heard me say, and you will hear me say it again and again and again, test, measure, and adjust. Right? Test, measure, and adjust each time. So let's talk about the first thing in this 5-step process. And I'm saying to you, streamlining processes. I'm saying to you, automating tasks. I'm saying to you, take out non-core, non-essential things. The very first thing I want you to think about is how can you flowchart every single one of your processes, right? From right at the beginning of your business, where you first engage with a customer, or not even potentially, not even a customer, you're talking about how you're building your brand, how you're engaging with the market, right the way through, depending on what business you're in. It'll be a multi-step process right to the end of it, where they walk out of your store, that you finished your product or your service, and you've said thank you to them, you've given them a gift, you've given them the invoice, all of that stuff. I want you to map that out, right? Then I want you to think, hang on, how do I eliminate unnecessary tasks? Now, if you're the business owner, you may not know that. You should, but you might not. That's quite common. I was recently working with someone who worked with their management team. We sat down and we did what I've just described. And at the end of it, the business owner came to me and said, wow, Chris, that was amazing. In this case, I'm paraphrasing him. I just found out a whole lot of stuff that I didn't realize we did. And I found out a whole lot of stuff that we do that we didn't have done. So they crossed off things, and they totally innovated their process, saved them time, got the right people doing the right tasks, and made them a whole bunch more money. So the first thing is map out your processes. That allows you to identify critical areas. If you can, involve your team as well, because you can then hand it over to them and say, all right, come back to me next week with 3 or 4 improvements in the process. So that's the first thing. The second thing is eliminate redundancies. Now, it's the same thing. Once you've mapped it out, if it's all in your head, it's very difficult to do. In fact, I'd go with it's impossible to do. But once you've mapped it out, you can see, hang on, there's 2 or 3 steps here that are pretty much achieving the same task. Those are redundant steps. Get rid of them, right? Take them out. What I would advise you to do is to implement quick wins, test it, and then reassess it. So I tend to work in quarterly cycles, 90-day cycles. Right? So set yourself a target of doing the map in let's say quarter 1, and getting the first iteration of that improved process, and then actually test that at the end of the quarter and say, hang on, what worked, what didn't work. So that's pretty important. Then you can track how you're doing. And as I say, you can also involve your team, which gives them some, if you like, skin in the game, and actually makes them know how important they are to the overall thing. The third thing is, where you can, use technology, invest in automation. Now, we all, the flavor of the day in technology at the moment is artificial intelligence. Yes, you can use that absolutely, but use automation to get things done quicker. Right? The reality is that technology, if it's done right, takes away the vagaries of people, takes away human error, which is entirely understandable. So you will see that you get productivity improvements. Again, test it, measure it, make sure that they're working for you, making sure it's working in your business. Once that's done, you can take the automation. If you started small, think big, and you can grow fast. So that's number 3. Number 4, and I think this should be coming through anyway, bear in mind you've mapped out your process, you've done some innovation, you've given it to your team, you've looked at technology. Number 4 is to find areas where you can standardize. Right? The reality is that simple processes that are adopted and work are the ones where you make money. Very complicated processes that require thousands of if, then, if, but, then, else, a whole lot of confusion. That's not where you make money. Simple makes money. So standardize your processes where you can. Obviously, update them regularly. make sure that they are fit for purpose. But as I say, where you can, standardize. And then the fifth one is monitor efficiency. I would, the shorter your timeline, the better. I'm saying on the one hand, you want to do it at a high level quarterly. I would suggest that you monitor your efficiency on a monthly basis if you can. If your business is at that level of maturity that you can do it on a weekly basis, even better. The caution I put to that, though, is you don't want to be in a situation where you're constantly chasing stuff, where you're constantly adjusting, where then you're creating an industry just to run your processes. That doesn't make sense to me. But certainly monitoring the efficiency gains on a monthly basis does. So that's lesson 5, or if you like, tool in your armory number 5. It's about maximizing operational efficiency. Remember, standardization works. Constantly innovating works. Ongoing assessments work. It'll give you more efficiency. It'll give you more money. And the efficiency and the money together obviously works because it also drives your time. Have a fantastic afternoon. Have a fantastic day. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for lesson 6. All the best. Bye-bye.